Hello, dear students. I am Lalit Kumar Bhaiya, and you are already known. We are going to learn this analog electronics and instrumentation, EBE 5413. And last 2 times I have taught this subject, and I have also posted 2 videos on analog electronics and instrumentation. And I have also prepared a Google Classroom. So my request to all these students to join my Google Classroom for any theoretical part, questions, answers we can have in the Google Classroom. And I will put every time a video on a particular topic. Last time I have submitted video on basic electronics. That is a very basic integral part of the analog electronics and instrumentation. So what we have to learn in analog electronics and instrumentation? As already you know, agriculture engineering is one of the most important field in particularly your life, because you are studying, you have obtained the agriculture engineering. So in agriculture engineering, a lot of instruments and equipments are there which uses the electronic circuits and communication also, electronics communication. And therefore, there is this subject, analog electronics and instrumentation, that you have to learn for agriculture engineering student. As I have already told you in the first video regarding the syllabus of the analog electronics engineering, and step by step we will go through the syllabus. We will learn each and everything in the syllabus. It is very interesting. Rather than this theoretical syllabus, we will also learn the practicals. Most important practicals on electronics engineering are there. And last 2 times I have seen the examination conducted in the AEI. It was also very good. Externals coming from the various places, government colleges, and take your Viva. I have seen your Viva questions also. So my dear friends, my dear students, I hope you will enjoy this AEI with keen interest. Your shown interest is my learning also. So dear students, what are the basic things? In today's video I will tell you about, I have to actually come in front of you. That's why I have prepared this type of video today. So what I want to say, your syllabus consists, the first part is the semiconductor, and you are already known about the semiconductor. Semiconductor having the properties in between the two, conductors and insulators. So semiconductors are those in between these conductors, that is metals, and insulator like rubber, glass, paper, wood. These are the insulators. So energy gap between the conduction band, which is in the energy band diagram, you can see the conduction band is the upper band and valence band is the lower band. From the valence band, electron enters into the conduction band. There is a energy gap between these two bands. And in insulator, large energy gap is there, and it is very difficult to pass the valence electrons from valence band to the conduction band, and hence no current flows in case of the insulator. While in case of the conductor, these two bands, upper band and this valence band, are overlapped to each other, and it is very easy by giving some supply or by energizing the atom, the valence electrons from the valence band immediately transfers to the conduction band, and hence current will immediately flow in the metal, that is conductors. But in case of semiconductors, the energy band gap is in between these two, a very small energy gap is there. So by applying a certain temperature or by modifying this semiconductor as a impure semiconductor, pure semiconductors are like silicon and germanium. Impure semiconductors are P-type and N-type semiconductors. So in which after applying a certain little amount of energy, the electrons will transfer from valence band to conduction band, and hence current will flow. And this is called semiconductor. So this is the first part of your syllabus to study the semiconductor, and in semiconductor we have to learn P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductor. Using the trivalent impurity, we can form the P-type semiconductor, and using the pentavalent impurity, we can form the N-type semiconductor. Later on we will see. And using this P and N-type semiconductor, we also have the PN junction, and the electronic components will begin from this P-type and N-type semiconductor. Either it may be on the silicon type or it may be on the germanium type. On silicon chip we can fabricate the P-type, on germanium chip we can fabricate the N-type. And the silicon type diode and germanium type of diode can also be formed. That is, the silicon diode and germanium, these are two different types of diode. Also we can have the third structure, gallium arsenic structure. So in semiconductor, these type of semiconductors are there. Pure semiconductors are the germanium, silicon are the pure semiconductors, while P-type semiconductor and N-type semiconductors are the impure semiconductors, are extrinsic semiconductors. So pure semiconductors are called as the intrinsic, while this is called as the extrinsic semiconductor. So after studying these semiconductors, then PN junction diode, we will learn the circuits of the diode, called as the diode circuits. We will go one by one through this video. I will post all the videos in the classroom also and your WhatsApp group also. So my genuine request to you to go through these videos and try to learn in this COVID session. Because of this pandemic, we have to go through the online only. So I don't want to loss of any students from my side for my subject. And that's why I am requesting you to go through my video, go through the classroom formed, and go through the WhatsApp group also. And you can discuss many times with me on the telephone or in the WhatsApp group or on the classroom also. So using this, today I am sharing this video. You have to only look my face. I will not go today for the this explanation video with the circuits and all other things. Today I will be discussing with you in front of you by this face, and I will tell you about all this syllabus. After this studying this diode, then this is a diode is a two terminal. One is called as anode and another is the cathode. One is P type, another is a N type. PN junction is formed, and to PN junction we have the two electrodes. This is called as diode. A very basic and fundamental component of the electronic circuit is the diode. Di means two, ode means electrode. So two electrodes of this PN junction is the diode. We will study the characteristics of the diode called as the VI characteristics and diode circuit also. Later on we will go for the transistors. Transistors are the three terminal device which uses the two equivalent diodes, but not physically. It is designed, it is fabricated in particular manner, having the three terminals called as the emitter, base and collector. EBC, emitter, base and collector. The left side is the emitter, right side is the base, and middle one is the base and right side is the collector. There is a ring on the transistor particularly. There is a dot notch on the transistor. We can identify the terminal. Emitter, base, collector. Whether, again this is two types. Whether it is PNP transistor or NPN transistor. P positive, N negative, again positive. NPN negative, positive, negative, like this are the terminals. It may be emitter, base, collector. That is, P is the emitter, N is the base, and P is the collector. This is PNP. Or N is the emitter, P is the base, and N is the collector. That is NPN. So these two types of transistors are there. We have to study this transistor as a fundamentals. And the important is the low frequency parameters of a transistor that is in your syllabus. So we will go for this low frequency parameters called as the H parameters, hybrid parameters, low frequency hybrid parameters, H parameter model of a transistor. These are the four parameters. One is called as E is different. HI, that is input impedance of the transistor. Then we have HF. HF is the forward current gain of a transistor. Then HR is the reverse voltage gain of a transistor. And then HO, output admittance of a transistor. So these are the four parameters and three different configurations. Common emitter configuration, common base configuration, and common collector configuration. So all these configuration having these four parameters. That is HF, HI, HF, HO and HR. If common emitter is there, we have HFE, HOE, HFE and HRE. Similarly for common base and common collector configuration. So we have to learn these parameters, a very important one. After learning this transistor, we will see what is the amplifier. We will go for common emitter, common base and common collector amplifier. And then using transistor we can learn the amplifier, we can learn the oscillator. We have in your AEI syllabus oscillators also. So we will learn the oscillator. Oscillators are those which will produce the output automatically. Oscillates the output, oscillates, generates the output without any input is called as oscillator. Like Hartley oscillator, LC oscillator, Colpitts oscillator, Wenbridge oscillator. These oscillators we have to study. After this diode and transistor, we have to study the integrated circuit. These two components are important along with this capacitor, resistor and inductors. The diode is one of the important component of the electronics. Transistor is then one of the important component of the electronics. And after these two components, basic components, we will learn the circuit with respect to these two components, and then we will go for the integrated circuit. What is integrated circuit? Integrated circuit is nothing but a combination of the different circuits using these components. Resistor, capacitor, diode, transistor. We will prepare a large circuit and form on a single chip of silicon or single chip of germanium. That is the integrated circuit. Similarly, you have to study the operational amplifier as one of the most linear integrated circuit. Particularly IC 741 is the integrated circuit 741 for the operational amplifier, called as the op-amp shortly. This op-amp is used for the various arithmetical operations on the analog signal. Digital signal, we can use the calculator. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square rooting, and any other operation can be done on the calculator for the digital ones. But what about the analog signal? If one sine wave is there, one triangular wave is there, how will you add these two waves? How will you add the amplitude of the two waves? How will you subtract this? How will you divide this? How will you square root this? These arithmetical operations on the analog signal can be done using the operational amplifier, and therefore it is called as operational amplifier, because we can use this circuit for the various arithmetical operations. And most of the part, about 40% of your syllabus is on the operational amplifier. We have to learn the number of circuit using this operational amplifier. The popular IC used for the operational amplifier is IC 741. So we will go through it also through these videos, and then again we will learn after this operational amplifier, we will go for the digital electronics. Adder, subtractor, OR, NOR, AND gate. These gates we have to study. Multiplexer, demultiplexer, this circuit, combinational and sequential circuit. Some part of these circuits, that is digital one. So we have to learn these digital circuits also. And one by one we will go for the digital circuits through these videos also. Step by step we will go. And then after a digital circuit we have to follow the instrumentation. This is one of the last part of your syllabus, is the instrumentation. What is instrumentation? Instrumentation is basically the circuits and devices used for the various logical and unlogical currents and voltages flow through the various circuits in instruments. And that instruments are used in the industry, are used for the agriculture equipments, used for the agriculture work, is called as the instrumentation. So we have to go for the like A to D converter, D to A converters, then linear variable differential transformer, LVDT, then strain gauge. These are the instrumentation part. What is the data acquisition system? That we have to learn. So we will also go for the instrumentation part. So this is the broad view of your syllabus. If you take interest, you will get more and more understanding, 100%. If you take the interest in my videos, you will be understood absolutely. And it is free to ask any question about my syllabus, about AEI syllabus, whatever you want. If you have any difficulty, if possible, you can contact personally in the college period also. You can ask on the Google platform also, Google Classroom, or you can ask on my phone, or you can ask on the WhatsApp group also. Okay, so this is for you only, and why I prepared this video by face to face, to tell you something about this, and you recognize, you can identify, you can meet me personally like this. That's why I have put this video. So dear friends, this is video which will tell you about this AEI and all these things, and introduction myself also. Once again, I am Associate Professor in Electronics and Telecommunication at Bharati College of Engineering and Technology. But from last 2 years, I am in touch with you, with your senior friends in the BTech at Bharati Agriculture College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Okay, thank you very much. Next time we will meet in another video that will be in the YouTube, as well as you will get on the Google Classroom, and if possible it will be loaded in the your group also. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any difficulty you can ask me at any time. Thank you very much.